Are you ready? Is you ready? Ready. You say you ready. Whole squad ready. Ready. Is you ready? Are you ready? Ready. Is you ready? Whole squad ready.
For the 3.5 Gen Tacoma. Welcome back to the Tacomaholic channel, everyone. My name's Brian, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous day to talk about Tacomas. Alright everybody, so this morning my buddy Tridar Duracar on YouTube posed a question wondering if I think Toyota will do like a mid 3rd gen refresh, sort of like they did with the 2nd gen Tacomas in 2012. Usually this is the type of thing I would add to a whole Q&A video, but I was so intrigued by this question that I think it deserves its own video. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So for those of you who don't know, the 2nd gen Tacomas, which mine is a 2nd gen Tacoma, 2014, the 2nd gen Tacomas are from 2005 to 2015. However, in 2012, Toyota decided to give the 2nd gen Tacoma just a little bit of a facelift, which included, I mean, this is literally a facelift, everything on the front here. They added these new style headlights, they changed the front grille, and then they changed the bottom front bumper piece. I believe everything else on the truck was the same, both physically for all the body panels and mechanically, you know, same engine options, same transmission, all that. So it wasn't a new generation of Tacoma, 2nd gen or 2.5 gen, just literally with just a new facelift. So that is really what we're talking about when we're talking about if they're gonna do this for the 3rd gen. Is it gonna be some just physical, I wouldn't even say upgrades, just, you know, physical things are gonna change, minor, major, just to update the look of the truck just a little bit, without changing the engine, the transmission, or the body in general, because that's what entails having a new generation of truck. Specifically in this case, that would be the 4th gen Tacoma. So before we get to my thoughts on this question, I do want to hear what you guys think, so please comment below on if you think Toyota is going to release a mid 3rd gen or 3.5 gen Tacoma. And if you do think that's the case, what specifically do you think they're going to change? Do you think it's going to be like with the 2nd gens, where it's just a few physical changes like with the headlights and the front, the grille, the bumper, anything like that? Or do you think they're going to change larger stuff? Personally, this is sort of a weird question to answer because I'm going to tell you what I hope will happen and then what I think will happen, and they may or may not be the exact same thing. So what I hope will happen is, as many of you know, when the 2nd gen Tacomas were out, where they did do like a mid-gen refresh, all that stuff with the 2.5 gen Tacoma, when that 2nd gen Tacoma was out from 2005 to 2015, there was really no other competition out on the market. However, that is not the case now with the 3rd gen Tacomas, which did come about in 2016. So I know the 2019 Tacomas are already out for sale, hitting the streets, so that is the 4th production year for the 3rd gen Tacomas. However, now you've got the Chevy Colorado, GMC Canyon, I know the Ford Ranger's coming back soon, so there is tons more competition. So I hope Toyota doesn't think they can just hang around and have the 3rd gen Tacoma around for 10 years, which would put it at 2026 before we get the 4th gen Tacoma. And if they do that, if they do wait another decade before trying to change it up with a new engine, new trans, all that stuff, I do think they'd probably release like a mid-generation refresh, if you will. But I don't think they can really afford to do that now just because of all the other competition. So going by what I just said, I would hope that Toyota would release the 4th gen Tacoma in a few years maybe. I don't think 2020 seems a little early, but if we do 2021 maybe, that would be perfect. And if that's the case, obviously I don't think they're really gonna waste any research and development, you know, building new headlights and all that kind of just physical changes to the 3rd gen Tacoma to give it a new fresh look, if they plan on releasing the 4th gen Tacoma in the next few years. Of course, I could be completely mistaken. You guys know I love Toyota. I love my Tacoma in specific, but Toyota seems like they've been a little stagnant lately with releasing their vehicles, just especially their off-road vehicles. So yes, they have the 3rd gen Tacoma out, but look at the 4Runner, look at the Tundra. It's been a long time since we've had a new generation for those, and it's definitely past due. Just like when they released the new TRD Pro lineup for the Tacoma, 4Runner, and Tundra, it really didn't seem like much of a change. They added a few cosmetic upgrades, nothing major, which seemed like it was all about the hype and not enough bang for your buck at the end. So does Toyota think they are in a state of stagnation and it's time to start changing it up, releasing new updated versions of the vehicles we all love? I hope so. because I think that's where the future's going, especially with all the competition now. So again, comment below on if you think that's the case, or if you think Toyota's just going to hang around, give each generation a decade, and then update it again. Hopefully that's not the case. If Toyota does decide to release a mid-gen refresh, so the 3.5 gen, I think it'll probably be very similar to what they did with the second gens, with just cosmetic upgrades, mostly up front. It seems like that's what most car companies do, even like sports cars, not necessarily off-road vehicles. They really start with the headlights and sort of build around that, because that's what everyone notices first with the front end. It really changes the look of the truck and makes it look like a new version is released, even though underneath all the guts, the bolts, all that fun stuff, it is still exactly the same. All right, everyone, that will do it for this video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. Very curious to see what Toyota's going to do in the next, say, 2 or 3 years with not just the Tacoma, but also the 4Runner and the Tundra off-road lineups. If this is your first time stopping by and you love everything related to Tacomas, please consider subscribing, give the video a like, comment below, and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I upload, which is at least twice a week. Please help me grow the channel by sharing it with your friends and family on social media. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you in the next video.